Welcome to another live stream of Roll Up a Power Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Y'all know what time it is, man. Get on up in here. Tap in, tap the fuck in. What we talking about today, Mr. Roll Up? Hey, look, I want to tell y'all about this one specific guy. This one specific guy. Tap in, tap the fuck in. I know I done told y'all a lot of shit. I done told y'all a lot of prison stories. This time I want to focus on one particular person. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. This was like one of my earlier days in prison that showed me that these guys that you be thinking really is the tough guys, they really ain't that, man. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Now, don't get me wrong. This guy that I'm about to talk about, he was a gangster. But he also was on the flip side, too. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Everything ain't always what it seems, man. Like I done told y'all before. People will call home and tell you, yeah, everything cool. But on the low, it really ain't. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Hey, look, man. I learned a lot in prison, man. And this is exactly why I tell y'all I don't regret this shit. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see things in there that you're not going to see out here. And there's going to be things in there that you're going to have to go through that you probably would never go through out here. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. King Dave, tap in. What up, though? Tap the fuck in. All right, let's get it, right? First and foremost, y'all know how I do this. I scale from the top. So let's get it. All right. I started my prison journey January of 2012. I got sentenced to prison on like January 5th. So like January 6th, I was riding out. You know what I'm saying? When they sentence you, you ride out the next day. They get your ass up out of there. So if your court date was for today at 5 p.m., you know what I'm saying, 4 p.m., whatever, and the judge sends you, say, all right, I'm sending you to 10 years in prison. You ride out that next morning. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no, you about to be there a couple of weeks, none of that. Your ass gone the next fucking morning. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I got sentenced the beginning of that January. You know what I'm saying? So by the very next day, I was in the joint. You know what I'm saying? Now, when they ride you out from the county to the joint, they put your ass in a paddy wagon. It be about 7 to 8 of y'all, all handcuffed, chained up together, all of this shit, legs chained up together, all of it. It be about 7 to 8 of y'all that they put in a paddy wagon. When they put you in the back of the paddy wagon, it ain't no windows or nothing in there. It's just two rows. You know what I'm saying? It's a little catwalk up the middle. It's a row on this side, a row on this side. All of y'all got to get in the back of this paddy wagon on both sides. So maybe like 4 or 5 guys on one side, 4 or 5 guys sitting on the other side. Y'all all facing each other. But after everybody getting that paddy wagon, they slam that door. And it's dark in there. You know what I'm saying? Aiden, what's the deal? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. I'm gonna tell y'all about this one dude. You know what I'm saying? He definitely taught me a lot, as you could say. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I gotta break everything down. So breaking it down, just bear with me. You know. Okay. Now, like I said, when that back of that paddy wagon door, when that bitch closed, y'all in the dark. So y'all all chained up together. You can't move your arms all up and down like this. You like this. You know what I'm saying? In the back of the paddy wagon, just like these and shit, right? Everybody right next to each other. Then you got the guys sitting across from me. Y'all all sitting in the dark. So all y'all in the dark just talking and shit. The ride from the county to the jail that they take you to is called Jackson Correctional Facility here in Michigan. The prison that they send you to is Jackson Correctional Facility. Jackson is a quarantine place now. You know, it used to be like a regular prison, like the rest of them, but it was so much shit going in there. So many people was getting killed, all type of shit. Jackson was a bad motherfucker. You know, do your homework on Jackson prison in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? So they cut that shit out because it was too much going on in there. So it's strictly just a quarantine spot, meaning that you only gonna be there for about 30 to 45 days and you getting shipped out to a prison. It's just really like a holding spot until they house you at whatever prison you about to do your time at. You know what I'm saying? All right. So again, that ride from the county to Jackson is a good 45 minutes to an hour. So you and all these guys, y'all in the back of this paddy wagon in the dark, can't see shit, you know, y'all all bumping heads every time you hit a bump or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers got to piss. Niggas on there got to shit. Motherfuckers farting. You know what I'm saying? Bad business. No ventilation, no windows, no nothing. Just in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the way to keep y'all self sane is y'all just be talking about y'all stories. You know what I'm saying? Like what happened? Because when y'all all get cuffed up together, y'all necessarily not in the same cell before they ride you out to a different prison. Y'all all could have been in different units of the jail. You know what I'm saying? But all of y'all ended up getting sentenced on the same day, so they ended up riding all of y'all out that same day. But none of y'all probably even know each other. None of y'all probably never even seen each other. You know what I'm saying? Cardell Passmore, what's the deal? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Right? So you in the back of this paddy wagon with a bunch of guys you never even seen before. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all all in the dark and shit. So the way how it's done is the first guy will start with his story. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll like tap the next guy. Mind you, we all in the dark, can't see shit. So all we can do is just hear each other. You know what I'm saying? So after the first guy tell his story, he tap the next guy. The next guy tell his story, he tap the next guy. Send the stories on down. You know what I'm saying? That's how niggas pass they time on the paddy wagon ride to the joint. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, we did that. Now we at the joint, right? Jackson, bad motherfucker. You know, like I said, when you go to Jackson, it's quarantine. You know what I'm saying? You in the cell by yourself. But the way how they got the cells set up, it's like all the cells is like connected to each other. It's tiers. It's about like 10 tiers up from the bottom on up. Amir, what's the deal? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. So, like I said, with these tiers, you got cells that go across. Each cell is an individual cell. All you see is the cell bars, right? So when you go into the cell, it's your bed and it's your toilet. Your toilet is right next to your bed. The sink is connected to the toilet. So you brush your teeth over the same shit you take a piss and shit in. You know what I'm saying? And your bed is right next to it. The cell is a little ass box. Your cell ain't no bigger than your bedroom. I mean, damn. Well, yeah, your bedroom. I was gonna say bathroom, but your cell ain't no bigger than your bedroom, right? This is what you got to deal with for the next 30 days. You have to sit in that cell, not doing shit for the next 30 days until they send you off to prison. Yeah, that sounds long and harsh, but to be honest, that's like level 4. You know what I'm saying? That's the hole. So you hear people talking about being in the hole or being in a level 4. Quarantine is like the practice of a level 4 or the hole. It's the same as that shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So you in there for 30 days. You do your time in the cell for 30 days in quarantine, right? While you doing that, they got programs going on. So it ain't like you just sitting in the cell all day not doing nothing. They got different classes they have you take, videos they have you watch, preparing you for prison, shit like that. So it's things in there that do pass some time, you know what I'm saying? But after that, your ass got to go back in that cell, you know what I'm saying? So here it is. I think I did 30 days in Jackson, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm geared up. I'm ready for prison. All right, bet. Let's go. Because again, it ain't no just go straight to prison and that's it. Like No, you got to go through quarantine. You got to go through basically some training camp type shit. You know what I'm saying? Before you get to prison. Like, that's just how prison work. You know, they got to gear you up. They got to tell you what you got coming ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just no go to a cell, go to sleep and wake up and that's it. Like, nah, you in there faced with a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So they got to prep you for that. You know. So all right, here we go. 30 days later, I'm ready to go to prison. Yeah, that sounds crazy, right? But yeah, 30 days later, after quarantine, I'm ready to go to the joint. You know. All right, they ship me off. Send me to Adrian. Adrian is downstate. So this the Michigan Mitten, Detroit about right here, where I'm from. Adrian about down here, damn near at the line, you know, going into Ohio. So Adrian about somewhere down here, you know. All right, they send me downstate to Adrian, right? Cool, here I am. Now y'all done heard me talk about Adrian plenty of times, gang banging, all type of shit, right? This one right here, like I said, I'm gonna focus on this one dude, and he did all of that shit in one that I didn't explain everything to you all about. Gang banging, being gay, working out, uh, being in a religion. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit. I didn't told y'all about prison. This nigga, he did all of that in one. All right. Okay. So now I'm at Adrian, right? My cell was called 211. So I was on the top floor. You got the top floor and the bottom floor. The bottom floor is the 100s. The top floor is the 200s. I was on the top floor. You know what I'm saying? I was in cell 211. This guy named Diel that I'm talking about, him, he locked in the cell across the hall from me. You know what I'm saying? So he might have been in like cell 225, 230, something like that. Cause it go by the cells next to you, then it go around to the other side, you know what I'm saying, all the way back down to the base of the prison, you know. So anyway, this guy named Diel, he locked across the hall from me. Diel was an old OG gangster. You know what I'm saying? And I also just made a video about this, but I'm probably ain't gonna drop it till tomorrow. You know, so if y'all want to see the video on this, which would be like the shorter version of it, y'all can tune out right now. Tap back in tomorrow. I'll drop the video tomorrow for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you the long version on this live. You know what I'm saying? So you understand why everything went the way it did. And if you do still want to tune in and watch the live, you know, just sit on down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm giving you the extended version now. And when I drop the video, it's going to be the short version. Y'all know how I play this. It's two sides to every story. You know what I'm saying? So I go live about it and I do a video about it. So you know I ain't bullshitting, you know? All right. So, again, Diel locked right across the hall from me. You know what I'm saying? Now, Diel, he had about 32, 33 years in by the time I met him. You know what I'm saying? He was already down and out for a long. I wasn't even that old. You know what I'm saying? With the time he already had in. So by the time I met him, he was like in his early 50s. He might have been like 50, 51, 52, somewhere in there, right? Okay, me and Diel, we across the hall from each other, right? Everybody telling me about this guy. First off, let me explain the eel part, right? He is a Moorbite, a Moorish, whatever you call, we say Mobites. You know what I'm saying? He was a Mobite, right? He was one of their top guys. Now, mind you, he got 30-some years in prison. You know what I'm saying? So he was a top Mobite in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So everybody telling me who Diel is. Now, like I said, with the eel thing, they got what can you say? It's like two sections of these Mobites. You got the bays and you got the eels. Bays, B-E-Y, bay. The bays, now mind you, I'm not under the 5, so I really don't know how everything go with them, but I'm going to just give you the little short version of what I know about it. You know what I'm saying? The bays, they are like the laid back, cool, chill type people, that don't be on all of that rah-rah shit. They label them as bays. So just say your name Johnson, and you decide when you come to prison, you decide you want to join the Mobites, right? And you a cool laid back type of person. They'll call you Johnson Bay because you the laid back type. So you more the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Not no gay shit. That's just what it is with their religion. Then you got the eel side. The eels is EL or EEL. I think it's EL. But y'all could look into the Nation of Islam and all of that stuff. It'll tell you what that stuff is. I'm just breaking it down prison wise. You know what I'm saying? The eels are the rowdy ones, the crash outs. The motherfuckers be on tip. You know what I'm saying? They placed them under the eels. Now all of these guys, they still under the same shit, but again, they two different sections. The cool laid back guys is the bays. The wild, arrogant, out of control ones is the eels. Well, die eel was an eel, right? So you know what that means. He be on that tip. You know what I'm saying? So when everybody was telling me about him, they like, yeah, Dael then shot some niggas. I done told y'all before in prison, shooting means stabbing a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So if you hear me say, yeah, nigga got shot, he got stabbed. He got poked the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? All right. So Dael was known in there for shooting niggas. You know what I'm saying? Dael was short. He was about, well, I ain't gonna say short, because that's kind of like short to me, because I'm 6'2". But he was like 5'8", 5'7", 5'8". He was short to me. You know what I'm saying? He was short, diesel as fuck. I mean, diesel as fuck. Shoulders all the way up here, muscles all the way out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dael, he was stacked like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he was in his early 50s. If you looked at him in his face, you would have thought he might have been like mid 30s. No lie. I done said before, prison preserve you. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely got preserved in prison. Like, he looked half his age. You know what I'm saying? Well, that he looked good for his age. He worked out a lot. He a top dog under the Mobites, and he gangbanged at the same time too. He was a vice lord. You know what I'm saying? Now, I done told y'all before how the prison religions and the gangbangers work. You know what I'm saying? If you a Mobite or if you in the Nation of Islam, you under the 5. If you a Melanic or you a Sunni Muslim, you under the 6. That's just how it go. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, if you look at their religions, that's what star they are under. Those guys, they under the 5, them guys under the 6. If you really do your homework on them religions, they really are. You know what I'm saying? And they carry that weight in prison. So if they under the 5, they roll with the guys under the 5. If they under the 6, they roll with the guys under the 6. You know what I'm saying? Now, most of them OGs, they got to understand it. So all of them, they pretty much cool. You know what I'm saying? They get it. They laid back just watching the YNs crash out, pretty much. But if they got to jump into some shit, they will. You know what I'm saying? They really will. Basically, with them, how they come how can you say it? How do they come up to become a Mobite or a Melanic, right? Because when they go to prison, they was already gang banging. One dude might have already been a vice lord. Another dude already was a GD. They got life in prison. So of course, after so much time, they outgrow that gang banging shit. Now they want to change their life around. So with them want to change their life around, now they want to get into the religion, things like that. Just like y'all see with all these rappers turning Muslim and shit like that. That's the same shit that go on in prison. You know what I'm saying? Guys turn Muslim, after so long. They give up gang banging, turn to Muslims, right? Well, like I said, the guys under the 5, they roll with the Mobites or the Nation of Islam. So when they decide that they done gang banging, they pick up on the Moor's Scientific of America, whatever it is. They pick up on the Mobile side or they pick up on the Nation of Islam side. The Mobite side is the rowdy side. I done told y'all about the bays and eels. That's they sections inside of their religion. But as they hold religion as one, Mobites are very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So they like the rowdy side of the religious crews in prison. The Nation of Islam is more laid back, like the Bays. You know what I'm saying? But the Nation of Islam is its own shit. They not Mobites, even though they all study the same shit. But the Mobites is like the ex gangbangers. You know what I'm saying? That took the Nation of Islam's teaching and they put it in their own shit. You know what I'm saying? To become their own religion. They teachings is the same exact thing that the Nation of Islam teach. They just made up their own shit. Now, I'm not saying that, More Scientific of America is not a real thing in the world, because I'm pretty sure it is. But my thing is the Mobites in prison. That's more so of some shit that they made up, and they took that from under the Nation of Islam wing. You know what I'm saying? The Mobites in prison, they don't rock with, like the Moor Scientific of America out here. They their own shit in there. You know what I'm saying? All right. That's the 5 side of it. Now the 6 side of it, the Melanics. The Melanics, they are the rowdy religious guys under the 6. You know what I'm saying? And then the Sunni Muslims is the laid back guys under the 6. So the Melanics is pretty much the eels of the 6. And the Sunni Muslims is pretty much the bays under the 6. So on both sides, you got the religions and you got the gangbangers. You know what I'm saying? It's way more than what you see on Chicago news and shit like that. In prison, they really got that shit down to a T. You know what I'm saying? All right. So anyway, with all that being said, right? Dail, he was a top Mobite. So he known to be an aggressor. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much his thing is he got the big head. And like I said, he was rotating with the Vice Lords too. He just wasn't like heavy off into that shit, but he definitely was rocking with them because they was all under the 5. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, he got this notion in his mind that he runs shit. So one day we was down there in the day room. I was in the microwave too long. He didn't like it. He got to bitching about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm supposed to hurry up and get out the microwave because he ready to put his shit in there. I'm like, nigga, please. I kept let the microwave go off. I let it do his thing. You know what I'm saying? He over there bitching on the sideline and shit. And these young niggas got a nigga fucked up. Woo, woo, woo. He was talking all that rah-rah shit. I'm like, oh, straight up? I don't do all that. I don't do all that grandstanding in front of people and shit. I don't do all that. You know what I'm saying? And on top of it, in prison, like I said, everything is real militant. So you can't just pop off like that whenever you want to in prison. That shit, send your ass to the hole, and you go to the hole, you caught a new case, a fighting case, knife case, whatever it is, and boom, you get sent to a level 4. Because you a violent offender inside of the walls. Now that shit up your security. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be real cautious of the moves you make in there. So I knew with him talking his shit, I wanted to pop off, but I know if I did, I would have went to level 4. You know what I'm saying? So I had to be chill. I'm like, all right, catch this nigga. So after my shit came out the microwave, I went up to my cell, right? I stood there in the doorway. They blow count, for lockdown and shit. He coming up the stairs, all the inmates coming up the stairs. I caught him. Hey, come slide up in here so I can whoop you. You know what I'm saying? This how I cut into Dail on my kids, no lie. Now again, Dail been in that bitch 30 plus years. You know what I'm saying? I ran right up on him. You know what I'm saying? Come in this cell, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't give a fuck who you is. Bring your ass in the cell. You down there in the day room talking crazy about this microwave. Bring your ass in the cell. Type time. Like I said, I was a YN. I was on straight crash out. Like, I was on all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling him come slide in the cell. He acting like he don't even hear me. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, he right across the hall from me, so he hear everything I'm saying. But he over there acting stupid, like he don't hear what the fuck I'm saying. I'm like, nigga, come slide your ass over here. You know what I'm saying? Type time. He ain't want no smoke. I'm like, oh, all right. I was just making sure. You know what I'm saying? So after that, everybody that was up there on the floor with us that seen that, they like, damn, this nigga stood up to Dail? Like, what the fuck? My ranking went through the roof after that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you can stand up a prominent member like that, that go to show that you got heart. You know what I'm saying? And niggas in prison, they honor that type of shit. So that kind of debunked that nigga ratings and seeing some of his ratings over there to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I called him out. And he ain't want no smoke. You feel me? So after that, I had got a lot of respect from the OGs up in there. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Which was a part of why I became a second on that yard so quickly. You know what I'm saying? Because after everybody seen me cut into Dail like that, and mind you, Dail under the 5. Not only is he a Mobite, but he banging with the vice lords too. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I cut into one of they top niggas type shit. You know what I'm saying? Sent my ratings through the roof. Straight up. One of the reasons why I became a second so quickly, because of that move right there. Even though we didn't fight or none of that, it was just the whole fact that I was ready to go. And I called him out in front of everybody to go in the cell. I didn't do it on the yard so a bunch of police can see it. I didn't do it in the day room where the police can see it. I didn't do it on base where the police can see it. I did it in the hallway. Come slide in the cell. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother level of respect that guys in prison give you when you pull a move like that, because you don't want nobody to see. Well, as far as cops, you don't want no cops to see it, because if a motherfucker go in your cell, the cops can't see it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people walking up and down the hallways, they can't really see who going in whose cell. You know what I'm saying? So with them blowing count and everybody walking back and forth down the hallway, Dail easily could have slid over to my cell, got whooped, you know what I'm saying, got sent back to his cell, and the cops wouldn't even know him type shit. You feel me? So yeah, that did me some wonders. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even looking for that. You know, it was just the whole fact that Dail came at me like that. So I shot back. That shit worked in my favor. You know what I'm saying? D Jordan, what's that word? You know what it is. Tapped in. Tap the fuck in. All right? Nah. Like I said, I had got my rankings up behind Dail. I did other shit too, but that was just one of them, right? All right, now let's fast forward the tape. He didn't want no smoke. That was that. You know what I'm saying? We went on about our business. Now, mind you, like I said, he one of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? So he got mad respect. Motherfuckers be sending him cook-up balls to his cell, all type of shit. Like, he a prominent member of that shit. He always went to their studies. You know, when the Mobites went over to the church and shit, he always went to them. He did the Ramadan. Everything that they had going on, he was a part of it. And like I said, at the same time, he was rotating with the VLs too. You know what I'm saying? The Vicky Lou's, the Vice Lords. He was rocking with them too. You know what I'm saying? He doing all of that. He top dog. You know what I'm saying? Okay, whatever. I'm rocking with my team. I'm on the 6. You feel me? But we never had no problems behind that. Like, that shit just got swept under the rug. You know what I'm saying? All right, now y'all got all that, right? Moving along. Maybe like a month, maybe 2 months later after that, right? Again, my time zone might be a little off, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit was over 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So my timing might be a little bit off, but it's all around the same time. You know what I'm saying? So if you hear me say 2 months later, but really it was 3 months later, or really it was just a month later, yeah, I was off a little bit, but it's all in the same time frame. You know what I'm saying? All right. So like I said, maybe a month or so later, that's when the sissy rolled in. Now, I done told y'all before about them sissies. You know what I'm saying? I done told y'all, right? When I first hit that yard, wasn't no sissies there. All straight up gang niggas, all of that. That's all that was on the yard. Tough guys, right? Then when the sissy started rolling in, that's when you seen niggas coming out their bag type shit, you know? Okay. This sissy rolled in. The sissy that rolled in was the George Foreman looking motherfucker. Dog was bald head with a beard. Well, he had a goatee. My bad. He ain't had what I had. He had the goatee, you know? He looked like a straight up man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. They moved him on my wing. Like I said, I was on the top floor, top tier, whatever you want to call it. I'm up there. They moved him up there on my wing. You know what I'm saying? We call it wings in there. They moved him up there on my wing, right? But they put him in one of the first cells in the front so the police can monitor him. Because the police know who the fags, the trainees, they know who they is. You know what I'm saying? So what they do is they put those guys in the front, the first few cells, you know, that's going up that hallway. They put them in the front, the first few cells, so they can monitor them. You know what I'm saying? And then all the other guys, they go to the back and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like riding a bus. You know, they have all the sissies sit up front and all the tough guys sit in the back type shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, the sissy ride in. They put him in one of the cells in the front, right? Okay, cool. Ain't nobody paying him no attention. You know, he looked like just a regular guy or whatever, you know. Well, this prison, everybody got to speak to each other somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? So a couple of guys ended up talking to him. Boom, they found out he was a sissy. You know what I'm saying? Now, with him, he talked like a girl. You know what I'm saying? He sound real feminine. And, you know, he got a little twang in his walk and all of that shit, right? So the more and more you watch him, the more and more you see, like, yeah, dog, he is gay for real. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if you just look at him straight up, you be like, oh, he one of the bros. You know what I'm saying? But nah, if you pay attention to him, you see it. You know what I'm saying? Well, word got around the yard. It's a sissy on the yard, right? Guess who grabbed him first? Dail, the nigga that I'm talking about, the tough guy, the head honcho of the Mobites. Shout out to several pieces. When I was going live yesterday, she hopped in the comments and she asked, was the Mobites the gay guys, right? And I said they was. Well, since we here, yes. The Mobites in prison, all of them guys, I'm gonna just say all of the Mobites that did 20 plus years, you know what I'm saying? All them niggas gay. I promise you. All of them, they all gay. All the OG Mobites in prison, they all gay. And I didn't learn this until this situation happened. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, Dail went and snatched up the sissy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in that bitch, like, damn, he got him first type shit. My antennas went up. Hold on. What? Not this tough ass nigga. What's going on here? Well, I told you I had an old head, a part of my crew inside of my gang in there. You know what I'm saying? The old head name was Doc. Doc was like 54 or 55. You know what I'm saying? Doc been in prison a few times. He know Dail. He was one of the original ones that came in with Dail. You know what I'm saying? He like, look, let me sit you down. Let me school you about this guy, right? Because now my head fucked up. Because I know this guy to be the tough guy. He that nigga. Don't play with him. Wooty woo, wooty woo. You know what I'm saying? Whole time, he was just waiting on his boyfriend to ride in type shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, while Doc sit me down, he schooling me about Dail. He like, look, man. He like, Dail been like this ever since he came in. This ain't nothing new. What? He like, yeah, you know, when Dail caught his case, he was like 17, 18 years old. He was like, he never had no pussy or none of that. You know what I'm saying? He just fucked around, killed the nigga one day. Here it is, 30-some years later, he's still in this bitch. So he got his first shot boy pussy in prison. You know what I'm saying? And that's just been that. And that's how a lot of them Mobites is set up. You know what I'm saying? They be the same way, and then they turn around and join a religion. And I told you how the religions work. So 9 times out of 10, depending on what religion they in, that's what gang they pretty much came from. You know what I'm saying? Well, Doc was schooling the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? So basically what Doc was explaining to me about Dail was basically he was a Fleece Johnson. Y'all know who Fleece Johnson is? You don't know who Fleece Johnson is? After this live, hit your YouTube search bar, type in Fleece Johnson. Man, you gonna learn some shit about that man. He ball business. You know what I'm saying? Well, basically, Fleece Johnson was another nigga that I think he had life. You know what I'm saying? When he came in, he was young as hell. He looked like C Murder when he first came in. You know what I'm saying? Man, the nigga came into prison, instantly got the tearing up booty holes. Instantly. And he was another one that ain't never had no pussy or none of that, you know? So when he got to prison, that was his pussy right there. And like I said, Fleece Johnson, he admitted. So this ain't nothing I'm making up. This not nothing from a podcast I seen or none of that. This is Fleece Johnson himself. You go watch his videos, he admitted on his videos that as soon as he got to prison, he got right to it. He ain't waste no time. You know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of these guys is. But again, they not gonna call home and tell you that. You know what I'm saying? It's just you just had to be in prison to know that this is what happened. Because if you don't never go to prison, you ain't gonna never know. You ain't gonna never know. 80% of the people that you know that have been to prison, 9 times out of 10, they didn't tap some ass or they got their ass tapped. Or they probably doing both. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being 100. Especially if they did a lot of time. Like, I'm telling you, be aware of who you around, especially when they did a lot of time. 9 times out of 10, they didn't fuck something in there. Or somebody fucked them. Take it with a grain of salt. It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, Doc was one of the solid guys. He never did that. But Doc was in and out of prison. You know what I'm saying? Not saying guys that's in and out, they not gay either, but you know, you got a better chance. You know, you can get out and get some pussy and shit like that. As opposed to Dail, he ain't never got out. He went in and that was that. You know what I'm saying? Well, Dail was another Fleece Johnson in prison. He was the original, well, Fleece Johnson, they're about the same. But he the original Fleece Johnson that I know of. Before I even seen Fleece Johnson. Dail was the Fleece Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen. He went down to the police desk, right? After he claimed the sissy. Because the way how it work on the yard, when word get around the yard that it's a sissy on the yard, all of the original sissies, original fag guys that act like they real tough guys, all of them have a meeting. Yeah, it'll be about 10 of them sitting at the picnic table on the yard. And they'll all be out there talking about who the fuck about to get this sissy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how they go about it, you know, but they come up with a conclusion and one of the guys get the damn sissy. It's just how it go. It could be 3 or 4 guys that wanted that sissy, but only one of them gonna walk away with them. That's how it go, man. So they had their meeting at the table. Dail won, whatever the fuck they was talking about. He came back to the unit. He went straight to the police desk. Hey, move dog into my cell. This is another thing about prison. When you got seniority in there, you could talk to the police. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them be in there talking to the boys. You know what I'm saying? The boys don't care. They doing they 8-hour shift off these niggas. You know what I'm saying? So they be feeding into them, talking to them, all type of shit. And then some of them been COs there so long, they've been knowing these guys 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes one of them type of guys that got some seniority in there, they could put in a word to a cop. And the cop will grant it because the damn cop know the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Dail went straight to the police desk. Hey, move dog to my cell. The sissy. Now, dog was supposed to be in front of the bus for the cops to watch him. But since this cop knew Dail, he said, all right, cool. Sent the sissy to the back of the bus. Back there with us, with the gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, I seen that sissy carrying his damn green state bag They give you a big ass green state bag. That bitch look like a torpedo. And all of your clothes, your shoes, all of your shit go in that damn duffel bag. You know what I'm saying? He was dragging that damn bag down the hallway back there with us, with the gangsters. We all looking like, what cell he about to go in? You know what I'm saying? Because all our cells was full. So we like, what the fuck is he coming back here for? Dail Bunky was in there packing his shit up to move to the front of the bus where the damn sissy just came from. So Dail got them swapped out. He got his old Bunky swiped out for the sissy. Moved the sissy in his room. We like, oh man, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of request was that? You know what I'm saying? But the shit went through. We seen Dail down there on base talking to the police, but we didn't know that's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what anybody tell you, you got to talk to the COs in there. You got to, you know? So it's normal to see a guy down there on base talking to the police about something. Shit happens. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk to them. Or sometimes they'll call you out and get to asking you questions. You know what I'm saying? You in prison. You can't be like, hey, I don't talk to the police. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, psh, lock up. You know what I'm saying? Put them cuffs on your ass, send you to the hole. So you got to talk to the police. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we thinking he just, just conversating with the police. No, he got the sissy moved down there to his cell. So after that, we like, damn, not only he claimed this motherfucker, he immediately moved him into his cell type shit, you know? Ball business. You know what I'm saying? By that next morning, that room smelled like a smell I never smelled in my life. Right in on my kids. Surprise Calico Cat, what's that word? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. You know? Alright, now look, like I said, that next morning, they break the cell bars. So we all going down the base, to go in the day rooms, shit like that. When Dail opened his cell door, nuts and booty, that's all you smelt up in there. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, granted, we all in prison. We all know how each other smell, things like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's one thing when you in there doing something funny with your bunkie, them cell walls gonna tell on you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? This the deal. Prison is not like a house. Like houses got insulation, so the insulation can hold so much smell. That ain't prison, man. Prison ain't nothing but cement. All cement. You know what I'm saying? So that smell bouncing off the walls. It's not going in the walls through the insulation. That shit straight cement. So that smell just bouncing around that room until that motherfucking door opens. As soon as that door opens, that smell bounced right out the hallway. So when they broke the doors for us the next morning, everybody came out their cell. Dail opened the cell door. Boom. All we smell is nuts and booty. We all walking past like, oh shit, that shit bold. You know what I'm saying? It all made sense. He moved the sissy in there. Man, he been in there busting that sissy down every day. No lie. We smell that smell every day. It almost make you want to throw up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bad, man. It's fucked up. Like, I don't know if y'all know what the smell of two men, you know what I'm saying, mixing like that. I don't know if y'all know what that smell is, but in prison, that smell is heightened because the cell is so small. And like I said, it's straight concrete walls. So that smell bounced right back out the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody walking past is going to smell that shit. It ain't no hiding it. So it's not like you could be in the cell getting it in with your bunkie and shit, and then when they open the doors, oh, don't nobody know. Everybody was locked down. Like, yeah, niggas gonna know. Because niggas gonna smell it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come out your damn cell. Like, it's a smell like no other, man. I'm just being 100, you know? And when you been in there so long, you know what two dudes in one cell smell like. You know what I'm saying? Even after they fresh off the yard from working out, running laps and all of that type of shit, you still know what two men smell like. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to when two men is bumping and grinding. You know what I'm saying? Ball business. So we knew exactly what Dail was in there doing with the sissy every day. And man, it was bad, man. It was bad for real. You know, it was fucked up. So after all of that, like I said, Doc, was schooling me on who Dail was. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I'm like, why ain't nobody saying nothing? They like, man, he his ranking. Ain't nobody gonna say that he a sissy. You know what I'm saying? Until he come out on his own. Like, yeah, wasn't nobody gonna say nothing if that sissy didn't ride in. Wasn't nobody gonna say nothing because everybody was scared of him, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So basically, his secret was safe until the sissy rolled in. And really, it was him told on himself. You know what I'm saying? Because he went and bagged that damn sissy right off the bill. So whole time he playing gangster role. You would think he this straight up tough guy gangster, but let the right dude ride in. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what happened, man. So he in there putting the smash on them buns every day. You know what I'm saying? It's normal in there. Promise you. You know? I'm only speaking on this so that people that have family members that's in prison or coming home from prison and shit like that, and they come home all super tough, telling you they was in there beating everybody ass and they had all the respect and all the commissary and all that. I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, they was in there fucking. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? They was. It's fucked up to say it, but it's just the truth. That's what them guys doing there. They literally don't have nothing else to do. So yeah, they get to playing with each other. You know what I'm saying? And then, like in quarantine, all them guys shower together. Level fours. All them guys shower together. So it only be so many. It only be uh, how can I put it? It only be so long. When guys be in the shower looking at each other, and then they get to feeling each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's fucked up, dog. It's fucked up in that bitch. But it's the truth. So, anyway, Dail in there getting his smash on with this guy. We smell his shit every day. You know. Dail then fell back on the guys. I mean, he still was rotating and, going to church, shit like that, but he wasn't like super rowdy like he was. Like before the sissy rolled in, he was always in the day room with us. He was always playing dominoes and shit with us. All of that type of shit. He was always on the yard. All of that. When he got his little boyfriend in the cell, he wouldn't come out the cell half the time. He'd stay in the cell with him. You know what I'm saying? And we'd walk past and shit. We'd be looking in there, and he wouldn't be in there doing nothing with him. He'd just be in the cell with him. Mind you, this is prison. He know that everybody looking at him. You know what I'm saying? So he can't be just making moves while the unit open. So he wait till the unit closed. But he kept his eyes on his girlfriend. Because if he left the cell and go be on the yard and shit, guess what? The next nigga gonna be up there at his cell hollering at his little girlfriend. So this is how niggas protect their girlfriends. Either they bring them on the yard with them, which, as all y'all know, is holding their back pocket and all of that shit. They either had them do that, or the motherfuckers sit in the cell together the whole day. Like, niggas watch their boyfriends in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, no lie. They really do. Well, that's what Dail was doing. You know what I'm saying? He was bald business, man. And I thought he was a real stand-up guy. But he really was bald as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of guys in there like that, man. Like I said, he rotating, with the Vice Lords. Of course, the Bloods and the Vice Lords together. So he seen with all them guys. You know what I'm saying? Then he, doing his thing with the Mobites. He working out every day. He talk that talk. Oh, biggest mouth. He had the biggest mouth. You know what I'm saying? Not like on no gossip and shit. Like, he had a big, strong man voice. Like a real deep voice. You know what I'm saying? If you think my voice deep, I was a fucking what they call that shit in singing. You got the baritones and the what's the other shit? I was the other shit. He was the baritone. I'm the other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that nigga voice is deep as hell. Like you would think of him as a manly man. You know what I'm saying? No, no, no. And guess what? He didn't care who knew. He didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all about my homeboy from my hood that I seen up in there in prison. You know, well, he wasn't really my homeboy. He was just from the hood type shit. You know, I told y'all about I seen him up in there. You know what I'm saying? And he did the same shit with his little boyfriend. Like, it's wicked in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't go there. Just don't go there. You gonna see some shit in there that is gonna hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, man. And I just said this before. You ain't never seen a grown man cry until you was behind bars with him. You know, you might have seen a man cry because he lost a kid or, you know, a family member or something like that. But when a man loses life, that's a whole nother cry. Like, no lie. That's a whole nother level of crying. And he ain't gonna never call home and give you that cry. The only people that's gonna know about that cry that's in him is them guys he in the cell with. You know? So word of advice, don't go there, man. It ain't for you. Don't go there. You know. Like I said, I'm just here to speak on Dail, you know. Um, so he fagging, you know, he doing his thing. He still accepted again because everybody know that he do this. So now word getting all around the yard that yeah, Dail been fucking. This ain't nothing new. Blah blah blah. You know, a couple of the guys was mad because he got the first sissy that rolled in. So you know they spent venom on him and all type of shit. You know, now he being looked at as the booty bandit on the yard. You know what I'm saying? About business. You know. So like I said, man, you would think guys is up here, man, but they all it take is that one guy to ride in, and all that shit go right out the window, all of it. You know what I'm saying? All of it, all that gang shit, all that tough guy shit. Man, look, I ain't even gonna hold you, right? After all of that shit, me and Dail, we got cool. We did, you know. We all in the same unit. We like across the hall from each other. I know you gay. You know I don't play that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just come a point in time when you got to set shit aside and know how to jail, right? Because you can't get rid of that person. You got to jail with them. So me and Dail came to a point where we set all that shit to the side. When we got into it, you know, about the microwave, him having the booty man in his room, you know, all of that type of shit. You know, we still put all that to the side. Whatever, man. That's your business. Don't give a fuck. You know, the way how we was able to do that was because like I said, he be on the domino table. You know, and I love dominoes. You know what I'm saying? So when I came there, I used to always sit at the next table and watch the guys play dominoes. All the guys that played dominoes, it was four of them, and they was all OGs. You know what I'm saying? Basically, if you was a guy that knew how to play and shit like that, you'd be like the fifth man. So it'd be a rise and fly. You know what I'm saying? But it always start with them four guys. Red, he was from Joy Road. This guy named Eastside, he was from the East Side. You had Dail. I think Dail was like from East Warren or something. You know what I'm saying? And then you had a guy named DX. DX was from my old hood, West Warren. You know what I'm saying? DX knew my daddy. You know, so me and DX, we got real cool because West Warren is such a tiny ass hood. So if you bump into people from West Warren in jail, it's like y'all get to clicking. You know what I'm saying? Because West Warren, the hood of West Warren, is real tiny. You know what I'm saying? And everybody in that neighborhood is pretty much family, know each other, shit like that. So, like I said, with DX being one of the guys that played dominoes and he knew my daddy, and you know, people was linking me to him. They like, you know, you said you originally came from West Warren, DX from there, whoop-de whoop, you know. So me and DX got to talking, come to find out he know my daddy for real. I actually called my daddy one time and I let him talk to him. And I, mind you, my daddy dead and gone. So again, ain't none of this, no lying or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Actually, my daddy died a little after that, honestly, you know. But yeah, I call home one day. I'm like, hey, it's a nigga in here saying he know you. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Put dog on the phone. Sure enough, he knew my daddy. You know what I'm saying? So me and DX, we got cool as hell like that, right? And I told you my daddy was an original drug dealer from back in the hood, you know. So my daddy was one of them niggas. So when DX was able to confirm that, you know, that's my daddy, DX like, oh no, that's my baby right there. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm getting hella, like I said, my ranking went up some more because of that. Like, it's a lot of ways your ranking can go up in prison. You know what I'm saying? And this is all how I ended up becoming a second on the yard. Like, I was verified. You feel me? Like, real shit. But anyway, with him, my daddy and him knowing each other, shit like that, DX was fucking with me. So when we would go back to the domino table, it went from me sitting at the next table watching them, wishing I could get in and play with them, to DX like, hey, come get on the table. You got next. Whoever lose, you got next. You know what I'm saying? That's how it started. Who lost, I took their spot. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you playing dominoes, to those out there that know how to play dominoes, that play that shit, you know when whoever, you know, keep the score, if y'all play cutthroat, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. If y'all playing teams, it's us versus them. You know what I'm saying? Well, when I come to the table, it was always 1, 2, 3, 4. But the way how they played it was, even though it say 1, 2, 3, 4 on the paper, where everybody make their own points and all of that, but the way how they played it was, you play with your cross man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how I play dominoes. If we play 1, 2, 3, 4, that's cutthroat. I'm chopping everybody head off. I'm in it for the win. I'm not here to help out my cross man and all. If it's not us versus them, if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm crossing everybody out on that table. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? So when I brought that game to the table, everybody like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of shit he on? Because everybody else played, you know, help you cross man. I was the only one playing cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God, when I started doing that, they love that shit. Swear to God. I became a regular on their table because I brought a different way of playing. Even though everybody know how to play cutthroat and shit like that, I was just the one to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because all of them played that crossman shit. I wasn't doing that. I was crossing everybody out. Man, fuck everybody. Yeah, we cool, but this about this dub. You know what I'm saying? Man, when I got to doing that, it heightened the game. You know what I'm saying? It made the game more interesting. You know what I'm saying? When everybody thinking I'm about to help my crossman, I'm crossing him out. Not only I'm crossing him out, I'm crossing you out and you. Fuck all y'all. I'm about to pass all of y'all, send the domino back over here to me. If I can, I'm gonna pass all y'all again. I need to collect all them bones when I'm done connecting. You know what I'm saying? I need all them points. I'm here for that dub, you know? When I started playing like that, they really fucked with me. They started playing cutthroat. We all in that bitch cutthroat. When that shit happened, man, it turned the game up to the roof. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I like brought a lot of excitement to the guys instead of that regular ass help you cross man shit. Now we all on that bitch crossing each other out. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit became fun as hell. So with that being said, that's how me and Dael got cool. You know what I'm saying? On the domino table. Because most of the time I'd be sitting across from him. And that's how he played. He, like I said, he was one of them niggas on the yard. So he was just used to everybody, you know, what can you say, supporting him, doing for him. But I hopped on the table. I crossed his ass right out, man. Fuck you. Fuck all y'all at this table. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Me and Dael got cool as hell, man. Swear to God, you know. And me and him, we didn't sit down. We didn't talk a couple times. And he told me, you know, he was like, man, when I was young like you know, he was like, I was running around the streets acting a damn fool. I remember him vividly telling me that him and his crew, they was back in like the 70s. That was his time. He said they used to walk the streets with the top hats on. You know what I'm saying? The suits and the top hats. That was their thing. I'm like, top heads? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? He like, yeah, that was a whole nother time. He was like, that was the last time I was on the streets. Can you imagine talking to somebody telling you they last time on the streets they were a damn top head back in the 70s? You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what it was. So, he told me, he was like, man, I ain't never had no pussy. He was like, I got sentenced to life. This was it. And he admitted it, like, yeah, I fuck with boys, whoopty whoop. It is what it is. He like, this my crib. He like, you get to go home. Me, I live here. So he like, these guys you see in here with me, these is my boyfriends. I'm their boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? He like, you going home, but the rest of us, we here. This our crib. Man, fuck me up. You know what I'm saying? But he kept it 100. And he was like, hopefully that's something that'll keep you up out of here. Because if you catch you a case where you gonna be in here, you like, guess what? You gonna be down with us. I instantly jumped up off the table. Nah, I ain't never being one of y'all. Y'all got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Fuck is you talking about? But I understood what he was saying. It was sad, man. Them guys in there, when they get that type of time, this is what they resort to. But they not gonna call home and tell you that. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? They not gonna call you and tell you that. So don't be thinking like, oh nah, he gangster as hell when he called. Woo, woo. They all is. Ain't none of them gonna call you and say, hey, I'm in here getting my booty ran, or I'm in here running booty. Ain't none of them gonna do that. So stop waiting on that call, because it's never gonna happen. Ever. Ever. You know what I'm saying? Another thing with Dahil, right? This nigga was married in prison to a woman from the world. I don't know if y'all be watching them shows like, what's that, Love at the Lockdown? I don't watch the shit. I just be seeing little commercials come up here and there, where these women be dealing with these guys in prison and shit. That shit is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? These women find these niggas on these sites, however they got this shit set up. Pretty much they ass is old and washed up. Don't nobody out here want them. So they just sitting at home drinking wine all day. You know what I'm saying? What they do, they on the internet looking for a man. They so desperate, they'll take a man in prison, they got a life sentence. They know he ain't coming home. And guess what? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Yeah. So don't think them guys in prison, don't think they ain't in there doing nothing shit. Some of them got more girlfriends than you do. Honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really some desperate ass women out here like that will pick niggas up serving a light bit in prison. Know that nigga ain't gonna never come on. And they still scoop them niggas up. So, girl found him, she got to writing him, sending him pictures and shit. He don't got nothing to do. He chirped back. You know what I'm saying? She started visiting him. He had to put her on his visiting list and shit. She started visiting him. They liking each other. He's showing me pictures with her. And she was straight as hell. Like, she real life was like a 7. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Straight up. And she was washed up. She got with him and he got her. Nah, they didn't get officially married. It was just like some, oh, we married type shit. You know what I'm saying? That was enough for her, for her proposing to him from a damn jail phone. That was enough for her, so that was her husband, and that's his wife. That was that. She stayed consistent, kept money on the phone, kept his book swole, kept visiting him, sending him pictures, everything, updating him on what's going on in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Going to his old hood, taking pictures, showing them what's going on. Oh, man, dog. And he in prison, serving life. You know what I'm saying? And he got a whole woman out here foot walking for his ass. Men will always be the prize. These motherfuckers in prison, they can't go nowhere or do nothing. But they got women finding them on these damn jail websites or Otis.com, however the fuck these women finding these niggas. And guess what these women doing? They tapped in. Tap the fuck in. Fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And you don't necessarily have to have a light bit for a woman to tap in with you. You know, it's just that the more time you do, the more likely it's to happen that a woman is tap in with you. You know, when you don't got that much time, more than likely you're gonna do your time and skate, you know. But when you got time, yeah, a woman gonna fuck around and find you. You know what I'm saying? Women be seeing your mug shots and shit like, oh my God, he's so fine. They tap in straight up. Like, man, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So Dail was married in prison, you know? He had him a wife in the world. Did she know he was in there fagging? I believe not. I'm pretty sure he was not telling her that he was in there fucking. You know what I'm saying? Again, when you talk to him, you be around him, you think he one of the most gangsters niggas in the world. You know what I'm saying? And he was in his 50s and still gangster as hell like that. So can you imagine him in his 20s? You know? I'm in there, I'm in the damn cell. Well, I'm in the prison with him. And I wouldn't have never believed it if that sissy didn't ride in. So I'm just about 99.999% sure that his wife did not know he was in there fucking. She probably thought he was straight up masculine man. You know what I'm saying? He just was caught up. Because you wouldn't have never believed that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. He had a wife in the world and he had a wife in prison, man. He was straight. He ain't had to do shit. He was a prominent member. He was rotating with everybody under the five. He going to church every day. He work out with his crew. Everybody respect him. He had it made. Prison-wise, he had it made. You know what I'm saying? He could go out to the yard, jump on the phone with his female wife. And then after he bang the line, he go back in the cell with his male wife. He had it made. He ain't want for shit, ain't need for nothing, had everything. The cops in there knew him. The inmates respected him. His girlfriend loved him. His boy girlfriend. His wife loved him too. He had it made, you know? Ball business. So, all of that, right? Like I said, me and Dail, we cool. Everybody in prison know what he doing. You know, again, 85% of them guys in there, they in there fucking too. It just take the right sissy to ride in, you know, to get them to come out their bag. It just be like that. Some guys, they stay in the back of the bus until that right sissy ride in. Like I told y'all about the Clevelands that pop out when a nigga with titties show up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it'll take a nigga with titties to show up before certain guys come out their bag. You know what I'm saying? And I just seen it. I just seen it all. So if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, go back to my video. I did a video and a live about the gay guys in prison. You know what I'm saying? Go check out either one. Check out both while you there. Matter of fact, you know, tell you the real. I done seen all type of guys. I done seen the George Foreman come through there, get snatched up. I done seen the Offset looking nigga, you know, come in there, get snatched up by the dude from my hood, you know, and also the guy with the titties. You know what I'm saying? All three of theirs got snatched up, you know, and the guy with the titties, he looked like Bill Cosby, you know, with no facial hair. But he had like double D titties like a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. And Cleveland came out, snatched him up. Hey, you mine. You know what I'm saying? You got titties? Oh. And you wouldn't even thought that about Cleveland. Cleveland looked like the guy off the Green Mile. You know what I'm saying? Or Damon off of Friday at the Knicks. That was Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? He was big, bulky, black, tough as hell. Didn't say much, worked out a lot, minded his business. You know what I'm saying? And then Bill Cosby with the titties right in. Oh, you mine. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it. I got you. Type shit. Ray Tobin, sub from Georgia in the building. GA, stand up, tap in, tap the fuck in. You know, I'm giving y'all a real prison game, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys ain't gonna tell you this or they water it down, you know? No, this is the real deal, man. Your favorite uncles that's in the joint doing a lot of time or they ass can't stay out that bitch, they got a boyfriend in there, you know? And that ain't just, you know, just talking because that's what everybody say. I'm one of them guys that was really in there with your uncles and shit. And them niggas they doing that for real. They really is. That ain't no lie. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, with Dael having everything made, me and him got cool and shit. You know, it was just crazy how all that happened, and all this was like within a year's span. You know what I'm saying? From the time that I met him up until about a year, almost a year later, all this shit happened. So I seen a big ass transition in this guy. You know, word of advice, man. Don't be so quick to be with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Give them a couple of seasons, man. You will see people change over time. Some people change with the weather. You know what I'm saying? Let the seasons go by first before you call yourself becoming good friends with somebody or getting in a relationship with somebody. Because you real life don't know what's under their head. You know what I'm saying? Until something exposed they is. Type shit. So again, I wouldn't have never known Dael was like this if that sissy didn't ride in. You know what I'm saying? And then the other two sissies rolled in. He ain't even look at them. The Offset looking nigga with the Tizillions in his head, you know, and Bill Cosby with the titties. He ain't look at neither one of them. He was straight. He had what he wanted. He was good. And he kept that one tucked in his cell. And that was that. You know what I'm saying? Nah. I didn't look up Dael a few times. I can't find him. So what I think it is, I think he passed away in there. You know, when you pass away in there or you discharged off parole, they eventually take your mugshot and all of that shit off of Otis. You know what I'm saying? It like after you discharge and you go some years without coming back, they'll take your face off the Otis. Now you still in a system, but as far as the Otis website, once you get so much time away from prison, they'll take you off that site. But I knew that Dael didn't go home. He had life. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't going nowhere. I had my people look him up while I was in that beach. You know what I'm saying? He had life. So what I'm thinking is he definitely passed away, you know, at some point while he was in there. And when you pass away, they take your name off the list. What they need to have you up there for? You gone, you know? So just think about it, you know. That man lost his life at 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? He came into prison, instantly got to it, you know? And that same gang shit he was doing in the streets, he brought it into prison. But he also was messing with the boys because he never had none, you know? So, again, if you know somebody that went to prison at a very young age and they got a lot of time, I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, they in there getting cracked or they cracking something. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. You got guys in there that's like came from the military and shit, you know, and they can hit a pressure point in your neck or right here in your temple. They know where pressure points is, you know, because it's guys in there from the military, the Army, the Navy, the SEALs, you know, the Air Force, blah, 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 blah. You feel me? It's guys in there that know certain shit and they know how to hit different points on you. Knock your ass clean the fuck out. They don't gotta beat your ass. They hit that one button, your ass out of there. By the time you wake up, you that man boyfriend. You that man girlfriend, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. So don't think that you this trained fighter, you just gonna go in there and whoop everybody, you gonna be straight. Nah. There's niggas in there that know how to hit that button, break your ass down, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but it is like that in there. It is. So again, like I was saying with Dael, I didn't try to look him up plenty of times because I learned a lot from him, you know, just jailing with him. and I can't find him, you know. So I think he passed away in there. But you know, just in case anybody want to look him up, his name is Jeffrey Dye. Jeffrey Dye, Dye. His prison number 149800. 149800. So y'all know I don't be making up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't here to make up shit. I really did live that life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't gotta make up nothing. You know what I'm saying? So again, if anybody want to look him up, Jeffrey Dye, 149800. You know what I'm saying? I can't find him, man. So I think he gone. You know, so send my condolences to his family because, like I said, me and him we got cool. You know, he really wasn't a tough man like everybody thought he was. That was just basically his outer shell that he had to present to everybody. You know what I'm saying? To basically keep himself afloat while he do his time, I guess. You know, but when you got to sit down and talk to him, he wasn't that big ass beast that he portrayed to be on the yard. You know what I'm saying? He was really a lost soul for real that lost his life at an early age and he regretted that, you know? Sad, man. So don't think that gang shit forever because it ain't, man. Your life will change like this. It's been another live stream of Roll Up a Poet. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.